Hello, everyone, and welcome to Twillow Talk. I'm Tanys Coughlan from the Twillow Lifestyle Community, Twillow Lifestyle Academy. I am joined by my beautiful co-host, Jennifer Jurkofsky. Hey, Jen.
Hello.
How's it going?
Oh, it is going.
It is a day.
How's it going for you?
It is a day.
It is a day.
It's a pretty good day. It's been good. It's been a good day. I feel like I got a lot accomplished today, which is nice. So I'm hoping there's something in the transits about that, because I'm thinking that's probably the reason.
We can get into
that. Otherwise, you never know with me.
There's always something going on.
There really is. Yep. So let's take a look at the flares, solar flares, and the KP index and the Shaman. There we go. So your solar flares, we had like a whole bunch. We had like this big cluster. They're all fairly low except for the M1.3, but it was like a huge amount of them, all in like a very short period of time, a couple of hours today, last night and this morning. And so that's kind of an interesting thing to note. And then if we look at our KP index, we did have some up in the yellow here in the last couple of days. So, we're going to feel that when it's up there. So that's interesting. And the Shaman, which of course we have our ad, we're up at 55 today. So that is when we are going to actually feel. And this yesterday, right on the solstice, right? Solstice yesterday and this morning, we had quite the little blip. And we are up at coming in at 55 instead of 7.8 hertz for those of you who have not followed this before. So we have some activity happening, but there is way more activity just in your in the galactic codes that are coming down. So I had some downloads about that on the weekend, that we've really got a lot of stuff that's happening. There's stuff coming from the Federation, stuff coming from those that are helping the Federation, and we are feeling changes to our DNA structure. You may not be feeling it exactly as that, but that is basically what's going on. So if we're feeling exhausted, well, yeah, we're changing how we function. So that is going to do that. Right? We're going from the carbon base to the silica base, so more of a crystalline structure, and a lot of this is happening to some of us right now. So what have we got going there?
We got some feels happening.
We do. We got feels.
So where are we with the transits? So we're actually in the middle of one at the moment, and then we're going to have a couple while we're off. So just do quick overviews for those. But right now we are in the gate 10, which is the gate of treading. This is the behavior of self. So this is one of the love gates for the vessel of love incarnation cross, and this is the love of self awaken. And so the energy here that we're looking at moves us from the shadow of self-obsession to the sit here, the enlightened state of being through the gift of naturalness. And so it's a really interesting gate when we look at where it falls too. So this gate happened right at the winter solstice. The winter solstice is such a beautiful time for, coming back into the light, right? Like it's that the shortest day, but it's that crux of when we've been moving into the darkness and now we're moving back towards more light. And so it's like, okay, what do I want to bring in to my experience in order to be in this place of naturalness and being without being caught up in that shadow aspect. And so this week we're being called to tune into our inner nature, our habitual patterns, exploring what it means to act from true self-love rather than self-criticism or external approval. And so again, this gate is in the G center, which is the center for love, identity, and direction. So it's the path of embodied integrity. And it's such a beautiful gate too, because this gate governs the natural expression of self. So it's the way that we live in our body, how we align with our instincts, and how we respond authentically to life. What's really neat too about this gate is that each of the lines, so you know how I've only talked about this kind of briefly, but how we have like 6 days or 6 lines that we go through with each of the gates. But the lines for the gate 10, because it's all about this identity, are actually the 6 lines of the profile. So one
Mm.
is, like we go through each of them, right? So the line 1, wanting to do that deep dive, that's this role. Line 2, that idea of the hermit, coming in and being in flow. The martyr, the line 3, right? It just goes through each of them, the opportunist, the heretic, the role model. And so we're looking at it going, oh, okay, like aspect of these profiles and what it is to be in this life are in this gate. And so it helps to highlight the intelligence of our body, our instincts, the subtle power of consistency and self-care. I mean, we talk so much about that, especially as we're in
Mm.
this time where it is darker and it is harder for us to sometimes navigate that. How do we want to live authentically without performance, but stepping into our ability to influence through presence rather than effort, right? It's that ability to move into freedom from self-judgment. And we've talked about it so much on the show, right? That
Yeah.
self-judgment can come in, all of the conditioning that we go through. How do we want to navigate that? Well, this is a beautiful gate to do that contemplation in so that we can move, that self-obsession. It's the victim of the ego. So we're in that place of comparison or self-judgment, that fear of not being enough, right? And this shadow emerges, I talk about like the sneaking whisperer, right? It's that you need to prove yourself. You're not good enough, right? You have to control how you appear to others, right? So we notice this, and then in that shadow space, we can either over monitor or criticize ourselves, which, is never going to be helpful to us.
Yeah.
We might feel anxious or restless in our own skin. We might lose touch with that innate guidance that's here for us, or react from fear instead of that presence and responding. So whenever this shadow shows up, it's here to show that there's a misalignment with the natural self-expression. Right? So how do we handle that? Right? Acceptance and presence, and trusting that the authentic self is enough. And I know for so many of us, we've been conditioned to think that it's not enough,
Mm-hmm.
right? We have to show up a certain way. We have to be something. We have to have something. All of these kind of external things that make us feel like, well, I'll be good enough when, as opposed
Oh,
to,
yeah.
no, I am going to embody self-respect. I want to live intuitively aligned with my life, however that's meant to show up. And I don't need to prove anything to anybody,
Mm-hmm.
right? Influence through my example. I don't have to force it. I'm going to trust in my own path. And if that's not correct for you, that's okay. But, I love the idea that this naturalness allows us to flourish without the need for justification. I'm going to act in harmony because that's what feels good for me. Right?
Yep.
So the affirmation for the gate 10, I am aligned with my true self. Being is my power and presence is my guide.
Being is something that people are not so good at. I can say myself included. I feel like I should be doing something. And then I'm like, but the body wants to just be today. And that's okay too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think, it's important because I feel like I have to like give myself permission to do it. And I think that's partially because we're business owners, there's always something to do on the to-do list. There's always something we could be doing, but we don't need to be doing all the time.
And we don't have to. I mean, really, it's such an interesting thing because, and I love, you guys know this, I love the Tao. So I quote the Tao fairly often, but it talks about this doing, not doing. Can I be in this place where my doing isn't because of all of these external things that are coming at me? Can I be in a place of doing because being has guided that? Right?
Was it you that talked about how, or maybe one of our guests talked about how somebody did a bunch of work because he was sitting around doing nothing. And he said, no, I'm working. I'm actually really working. I think it was a painter.
It might
and he was painting. He was like, I guess, painting in his head. So that was his doing. And then when he was painting, it was like, no, I'm just being in the flow. But I think it must have been one of our guests or something that talked about that. And I thought that was a cool example because I think we do that. We tend to sit and we'll be contemplating something, or if we don't, we should be many times, or we could be. The opportunity there is to sit and, because I shouldn't do the should, so I will not do the should because it's not to do the should.
But that idea of just being, right? Like, can I just sit and go, what do I feel like right now? Do I feel like going for a walk? Do I feel like eating something? Do I feel like I need to sip? Like, what is it that I feel like I need in this moment? And maybe I just need to sit, right? And maybe I do need to do something, but it's about what my body needs or what it feels like it wants in that moment. And, is that aligned? Is that in, my highest good? Does that feel like something I can put my energy towards? All of those kinds of questions.
Yeah. I intend to do some of that next week. What do I feel like doing today? Nothing? Okay. So for those of you that aren't in the know, we're going to be off next week. So we won't be here. You'll be getting a recorded one. It's an original one, but it's a recorded version. And so, you can still show up at 5 and watch the recorded version or watch it at your leisure. And but Jen and I will be on a staycation. Well, at least I'm on a staycation. Are you on a staycation?
I'm on a staycation too.
Yeah. Because we're going to spend next week just being.
That.
Perfect. We're in the right transit.
Well, as of the 25th, we're going to be switching transits, like 26th.
Oh dear. All right.
Depending on where we are.
What are we going into?
We are going into the joyous.
The joyous. Oh, it's a tree.
This is aliveness. This is vitality. And so the vitality to challenge. This is that ability to really step in to.
Sorry, guys.
It's okay. You just adjust and do what you need to do.
I'm adjusting my height because I feel like a little kid sitting at my desk.
I appreciate that because I feel like I'm like, all the way, my head's all the way, and I'm like, I like it. I like that's yes, thank you.
It's better to be even. That feels better.
So the 58 is going to move us from dissatisfaction to vitality to bliss. And so if you're in that place where you're feeling stressed out, which, let's admit it, like the holidays and everything that goes around with them can be absolutely wonderful, but they can also be pretty stressful. And so if you're in that place where dissatisfaction is showing up, or you're feeling that like limitation or that pressure to be perfect, just notice that that's there. And then how do I move into that place of vitality? How can I bring my energy forward in a way that I feel, that brings me joy? And it's the idea of joy of being of service.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So I'm looking at the card because, like, as you guys know, I write all over them. But the victim state is that it says ingratitude, but I came off the card, which is why it took me a minute to stare at it. Ingratitude. And so if you're in that place where just nothing feels good or satisfying, or things kind of get in the way, like they're interfering a lot, any of those kind of energies that are coming up, just notice that and see if, how do I want to shift this? What's going to be able to move my energy to feel really good, to feel connected, all of that kind of stuff. And then before we are back, we're going to move into the gate 38. So this transition is going to be New Year's Eve. So the 30th, the 31st is when we're going to come into this energy. And this is 38 is the gate of opposition. It's the fighter, stubbornness that can overcome the odds. So it moves us from the shadow of struggle to the gift of perseverance, and then the siddhi of honor. So again, we're just going to notice, if there is this pressure to find purpose, which, think about it, that always comes forward. It's New Year's. We have New Year's resolutions. We have all this pressure to do something different, to make a change, to make a resolution, to stick with it, on and on and on, right? So that feeds right into the shadow of this gate, which is struggle. And it is the victim state is the belief that you have to struggle, right? So getting into that kind of defeatist attitude, or getting into any kind of aggression in order to try to make something happen. So again, if that's coming up for you, just know that it's the transit energy, and then look at what are ways that I can shift that energy from a place of struggle. It's also the Warrior of Light card, which I just think is super cool because we have the Peacekeepers class. But yeah, it's the siddhi on here. It says, in highest sense of honor, all become one, right? And so it's that greater ability to step into the oneness and to know thyself through that oneness. And that whole, there's nothing I have to fight against. There's nothing that I have to make be anything other than what it is. Yeah. So it's a beautiful journey we have over the next little while. We're going to be treading the joyous and then opposition, but you've got this.
So one thing that stuck out for me when you were talking was the Christmas thing, about how we have spent a lot of time with family, and how, we were talking about the not, trying to be true to yourself, that personal integrity, and the family thing. We tend to fall back into our old family habits when we're with family. So just to be aware of that, because sometimes, that we change a lot as we go through life, right? We learn. We're never the same person 2 days in a row. Yeah. So as we go through the holidays, the invitation is there to just watch how you behave with your family versus your day-to-day.
Yeah.
Neither is right or wrong. We're not looking at it in that sense. Just observe the differences, because it'll tell you a couple of things. One, how much you've changed, because you're likely not the same as you were, and yet everybody in your family wants you to be the same as you were because that's what they're used to. Two, it's going to tell you where you fit in now versus where you would have then. And things may shift for you with this knowledge of figuring out who you are in the now, this present moment.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
So shall we say hello to?
Yeah,
we've only
there's a whole bunch of you guys on, but
nobody's talking.
Yeah. So feel free to share and have a
Hi.
conversation with us.
Yeah. So we'll say hello to Hip City.
Hey,
Hi,
Nalani.
how are you? Good to see you.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's fascinating.
Yeah. Well, and it'll be interesting too to see, again, going into this holiday time and how we sorry. Hi, Denise. Thanks so much for joining us. To take a step back and go, like, where do I feel pressure to perform or pressure to prove myself? And as much as I, wish it wasn't the case, I think that sometimes we do feel that way with family, and we feel like we have to, show up a certain way, or we have to be all smiles, or we have to, whatever it is. Just notice that. And then, what patterns, often habitual patterns, keep me disconnected from my authentic self. So if I feel like I have to perform, then what's going on that is, getting in the way of me being able to be me. I'm not able to show up as myself. I'm not be able to respond authentically. What is it that is, taking precedent here, that I'm feeling like I have to be a certain way for somebody as opposed to being true for myself? Right.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of what I was meaning, right? Like if we can step back and take a look at that,
Mm-hmm.
then we're able to at least understand it a little more than we might other times. So thank you, Victoria, for joining us.
Well, thank you,
It's
Victoria.
been a wonderful year, so thank you.
Thank all of you for Twillow Talk 2025 and before and moving forward, because it wouldn't be what it is without all of you.
Exactly. And we're going into what, year 3?
Yeah.
Or is this year 4 we're going into? It's been 3 or
Had
4
our
years.
something anniversary.
We had some kind of anniversary not long ago. But not long ago could have been a year ago for me, and I would still feel like not long ago.
Timelines. I'm sorry.
I don't know. Which one are we in today? I'm just not sure.
I know we're at episode 170 something. That much I know, because I do mark that each.
That is good. Okay.
In YouTube. But beyond that, I don't know. We'll mark it though. We will check and see where the anniversaries are, and we'll let y'all know.
Well, if you're up at 170 something, then we probably are up near that, right? Yeah. That's cool. Yeah. Thanks, Denise.
Oh, thanks, Denise.
And Nalani, we're sending you some healing energy for this headache. I had one too for a couple of days. I think it is somewhat what we're seeing, in the energies. There's a lot of these galactic downloads that are coming are pretty intense. And they're not picked up on the usual reports and stuff that are happening. So
what I'm getting is, let's crown pull.
Oh, okay, sure.
Okay.
So here's something for you to try. Anybody that does have a headache.
With the pressure of, when there's a lot coming in. It's also to help us to be able to focus, take in more energy, all the things. So this is the crown pull. It's with energy medicine, and you're just going to start at the forehead, and you're going to put a little bit of pressure. You don't want to hurt yourself, but put a little bit of pressure, and you're just going to pull.
No nails. You don't want like nail marks.
No nails.
Just your fingers.
And then I get to a spot where it's like, okay, I want to release that, and then I just release, and I'm just
I usually flick. Yeah.
I'm like, release. And then you just keep on going, right? And so you're going to do that all the way through. And it doesn't, you don't have to go far. Like, you could just stop right there and say that's it. Or you can just bring it all the way down if that feels better, whatever feels good for you. But you're going to take it all the way around, down through the back.
Get that channel, the back of the neck.
Yeah. And then what I want you to do is, right down to the neck, and then however it feels good for you. But I like to just kind of like stretch a little bit and release the shoulders, and then let it go. And that really helps to be able to just release the energy and the pressure. So if you're really feeling it, take some time to do that, even just a couple times. Release, let it go, and go from there.
I usually end up doing the energy
Yeah,
too after, right? I find that's very it's like revitalizing.
very helpful.
To kind of do that.
Yeah, and sometimes, well, and again, like with the energy medicine piece, there's what they call, there's the tie pull and then the belt. It's just around the neck and around the hips. But with the neck one, right, just like releasing all that energy, and we're just going to take it down and gone. And then again, the other way, right? And so it's just whenever there's that buildup, right, it's a really great practice to just and release.
Another cool one is it's like a more of a kinesiology thing. And so often we get headaches from neck tension and stuff like this. So I want you to first, before I do it, I want you to look both ways and see how far you can go both ways and see how that feels. Okay. Now you're going to take both ears at the same time. Okay. I'm going to show you one, but do both at the same time. And you're going to uncurl and massage in 4 different places all the way down the ear on the earlobe. And you're going to go back up to the top and massage, and you're going to do that 4 times on both sides. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops, and I'm losing my ears. Not my ears, but my earbuds. Yes, exactly. Disengage shoulders from ears. Once you've done that, I want you to look both ways and notice how much further you can go.
Oh my gosh, and there's no pain. Let's over here.
Wow. It is a good one.
Beautiful.
And there's a point in each shoulder. And around here, it's where those rotator cuffs join. It's like a pressure point in here that goes all the way up through the back and the shoulder. So if you just press on those ones for a sec and just let them disengage and release, that can also help. This is not to be construed as medical advice. Please consult your medical professional.
They're just really cool tools.
Yeah.
That if you feel resonate, give them a try.
Exactly. How are you doing now, Melanie? And everyone? Because, you know, I'm hoping, how did you find that?
Yeah, I find the tools so helpful in releasing energy that we're storing and we're building up, and it's like, oh, why am I carrying all of this? And then we have these things that are really incredible that help us to just release.
Exactly. Good. Glad to hear it. And of course, yoga is always good too.
Yeah, movement in general.
Yep.
Yeah.
And turmeric. I don't know.
Also very good for you.
Again, not a doctor, but I did start adding turmeric to some of the things that I eat just to kind of reduce inflammation. I found that it's quite helpful.
I love like golden milk. Oh, so good.
If you haven't tried it, put a bit of turmeric in scrambled eggs. It's really good. It's a good breakfast.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, I mean, eggs can be eaten anytime, mind you, but you know, I have to do it at breakfast.
Breakfast is like an any time of day meal. I will give you that.
This is true. And for me, sometimes it is any time.
Yeah.
So how are you guys planning to do the holiday season? That's what I want to know. What have people got going on? What have you got going on, Jen?
Yeah, we're going to be doing the holidays here. We're going to spend some of it with family, friends, and then we'll have some family here. My dad is up visiting, which is always really wonderful. And yeah, so we're just taking it slow and steady and enjoying the time. How about
Awesome.
you?
Yeah, same sort of thing. We go to a family friends on Christmas Eve all the time. We have been for like years and years, and then they come over Christmas Day, and my son and his partner will be over Christmas Day, and so Christmassy stuff or family stuff at Christmas, and then yeah, I'm hoping to see some friends between and all that kind of stuff. So, but I also am going to have some time where I sit and I'm just going to be.
That is fantastic.
Yes.
Maybe we can throw a spa day in there too. We'll see how that.
Yeah, we did talk about throwing a spa day. I think that's going to be a must. So yes.
Yeah. But how can we, so, towards what we were talking about, especially with the energy and the transits and where we're going to be at, like, what are some things that you guys are doing, and maybe we can share too, that help like fill our bucket during this time, right? How do we bring joy into everyday moments? How do we allow ourselves to really live authentically in the midst of everything?
Mm-hmm.
What are some things that really light you up right now?
I know for me, I do love to sit at like in the evening with low lights and the Christmas tree on, and just sit. Just for me, that is. It used to be all sorts of other stuff. Now that is Christmas for me. Just sitting, maybe reading a book, curled up in a blanket, just and enjoying the Christmas tree.
I love that.
That fills my cup.
I agree so much with that. So I put lights up the stairs, and then there's just like all over twinkle lights and stuff, and I put colored lights up this year in the kitchen and dining room, and of course the first response was not it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas, it's beginning to look a lot like Stranger Things, and I just laughed.
Yes, you have a Stranger Things household in terms of lots of fans.
Lots of Christmas lights everywhere. But no, it's been great having none of the regular lights on and just the Christmas lights up, and being able to just sit in that and enjoy the twinkle of the lights. And yeah, it's been fantastic. I do love that too.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and just being able to take your time.
Yeah.
Pajama days. Yeah, that lights me up.
Yeah.
Pajama days.
Yeah.
Where you start reading a book, you get up in the morning, you're having your coffee and you start reading a book, and then you might snack on a few things and you're still reading your book, and and then you get up and you do a little bit of yoga or stretching or whatever, and then you come back and you're reading your book, and then before you know it, it's 4:00 in the afternoon, and you're like, oh, I guess I should make some dinner. So we have some dinner, and then we, sit by the tree again, and you're like, I don't know what I feel like doing, but I'm just enjoying sitting here. And then you realize that you never got out of your pajamas all day.
That's fantastic.
That's a great way to go. So,
and then, yes, enjoying the food. So Hypnicity's got my stepson's Christmas Day. Love it. Kids have no school this week.
So they're home. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think I'm going to try to relax and have faith that everything is as it should be. And it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the as we gear up to the new year, things to remember too is that we're leaving a 9 year, and we're going into a 1 year. So it's we're going from releasing a bunch of stuff, and even if you don't know that you've been releasing, because we do a lot of processing in our dream time, so there has been so much being done overnight that we're getting up and we're still tired because we've been so busy releasing overnight that we're like, how did that happen? Why I don't feel like I slept. And yet, you slept, right?
Or you didn't.
So it's, you really didn't.
Or you were busy doing all kinds of stuff in the astral, but that's a whole other topic.
And Jen and I do that too, but there's other stuff too, though. But I find even with my clients, there's a lot of them that are going through that they just have not felt like they're rested. And I'm like, you're doing so much work. You're doing so awesome. Keep that up. And, every so often say, you know what? I need a night off. I'm good for tonight. Leave me alone.
Ask for more rest. That is okay.
Exactly. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We can ask for that in the astral as well.
Yeah. And if the beginning of January still feels a little intense, remember the energetic new year is actually the middle of January. Like the I Ching resets in the middle of January. And so a lot of our calendar has shifted, but if we're looking at the actual cycles, it's okay if the beginning of January is like, oh my goodness, I'm not feeling like anything is quite, shifting at the moment. Don't take that as this is how 2026 is going to be. Let's get through most of January before we really see what's shifting and changing. It's
kind of like from the 20th of December to the 20th of January is like a shift month, right? You're sort of going to notice some movement from one energy to the other, I think, over that month.
Yeah, there's a change energetically for sure.
Yeah, within that month. So, Nalani is ready for new beginnings.
Mm-hmm.
And she's bordering on bah humbug today.
Aw. That's okay. We're all entitled to have a bah humbug day. As long as we're understanding where it's coming from and we allow ourselves to just honor what I need. And then how do I move from that space? Because you don't want to stay there, right? But I think it is.
Does that help? I have my little snowflakes on because it's been snowing here.
It's been snowing a lot.
It has.
Mm-hmm.
It's very dark in here now. It's holiday time.
It is. It's a fantastic.
When I
wear snowflake sunglasses.
Yeah, great time. When I was a manager, I used to keep Groucho Marx glasses in my desk drawer. So when people were having a bad bah humbug day, I'd be like putting them on and just, walking around the office like nothing's going on and acting natural. Yeah, it was very good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I think she is with family today, Nalani.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what I heard. She's having a family day.
Yeah, because she's normally right there with you.
She is.
But yeah, well, and with everything going on in the holidays, it was interesting trying to even decide like which day should we take for the recording, which day should we be on. But this worked out for us, so I'm glad you're here with us.
Well, we have a few, so we thank all of you for being here.
Yeah,
keeping us company on this snowy Monday.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know whether it's snowy where all of you are, but it has been here. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Some of you are maybe in the southern hemisphere where it's not so snowy at the moment. But I don't know. I don't know what's going on today. Thanks. We love this community too.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We're so honored that all of you come and sit with us every week and, chat and listen and add your energy.
Do it on here, but I feel like, should we do a Christmas reading?
I was feeling that too.
Yeah, I don't know why
Let's do a group. Let's do it. Let's do an overall group Christmas reading. Let's do that.
Let's see. I don't know. They just keep, they feel like there's something they want to say, but they don't necessarily want to just channel it out. I don't know.
I don't know. I was getting that too, though. I was sitting here like wanting to do the cards, and I was like, well, Jen doesn't have her cards out. And I guess that's why they went and started talking to you. I was like, well, I could, but Jen has her cards away, like in a cabinet. So maybe, maybe now isn't the time.
Well, that's okay. I mean, you guys, like, my cards are just right here. They're just, they're just right here.
Well, it just shows they really wanted to get something out, though, right? Because they're
they were like,
they're being persistent.
They're being very persistent. And they kept making everything clear. Like, it was so funny because I'd have a thought and then it would just go blank. And I'm like,
yeah, me too.
Why do you keep doing that? What's going on?
Then I was like, I don't know what to say because there's nothing in my head.
Okay, then. Surely we're going to just do what we are meant to do.
I guess we're doing a year. Is it a year-end message? Are we doing?
I think so.
Like that's what
it really
it is.
Didn't feel like it was anything for next year. It really was just a
holiday time and
through the holidays.
Yeah. Ooh, okay. Interesting. Oh, that's good.
I love your commentary. We don't know what you're looking at, but all we hear is, ooh, that's interesting. Oh, that's good. Ooh.
Sorry, I think aloud. One of the habits when you work alone, you can think aloud and it doesn't matter. So I do.
All right.
Okay, that's going to go there. Is that what you want?
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Okay, and those are going there. All right, fine. They're talking to me now. Sort of. We get what we get. So, okay. So this is for the holiday period for the collective. So take what resonates and leave what does not. Okay.
Always.
Because when we do the collective, there's always a piece. Some of you are going to resonate with this part. Some are going to resonate with this part. So, okay. So the first one I got. So this is interesting because we were talking about family relationships. This was the interesting one. Don't give up on love. A relationship you cherish can be healed. Allow me to clear the way for forgiveness so that love can thrive again. So this isn't necessarily a romantic one. I know it kind of looks like it with the picture, but it's not really feeling like that. It can be any relationship. And to do that, we're going to open our heart. No one's perfect. Stop judging yourself and others and let love heal the situation. So I feel like this is like an overall message.
Yeah.
This is like, just be gentle with each other, right? Leave out the judgment for the holidays, right? We step into it so easily. Those are those old patterns that I was talking about, the family patterns. Yeah. We step into those so easily. And they create these sort of, And so open your heart. Be compassionate, bring in some patience and some forgiveness around some of the things. Because someone's going to do something over the holidays that you're going to be like, so don't give into that. You're just going to like, okay, that's so-and-so. They do this every year. All right. I'm going to just treat that with compassion.
Yeah.
They must struggle every time at this year.
You can ask Spirit to make you oblivious to it. I've had a few times in my experience, and this is super cool. Like, some of them are energetic and some of them have just been like moments where somebody has said something, but to just be completely protected from it. Hi, Karen. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for joining us. Big love to you too.
Big love to you. Karen is actually going to be on with us in the new year. So that's going to be a really fun show. We'll give you guys dates for that, but super excited for that.
So stay tuned, everyone.
But yeah, so I remember being in a meeting one time and somebody had made a comment, and I was vaguely aware that they were being mean, but it just, like, it didn't faze me at all. I responded. I didn't even think anything really of it. And then after the fact, I had people going, "You really handled that well." And it was not me. It was just that it didn't faze me at all in that moment. And I think that it was partly because even though I was aware, like I wasn't, like, I had that moment of, like, there was a shield there and I could feel that protection. So it didn't bother me in the moment. So we can have that too. If we know we're going into a situation and it's like, okay, I know that, potentially there is this kind of pattern that happens. I'm really working on not reacting with that patterned behavior. So I'm going to take a step back and, please give me that protection, that guidance, that ability to navigate through. And who knows, you might be able to not even really feel when that gets, kind of
So help me ignore Uncle Joe. Is that what you're saying, Jen?
It's okay, Dad, she's not talking about you.
No, I'm not talking about anybody specific. I don't have an Uncle Joe, so I'm really just joking around. But, you can ask.
And I'm just joking because my dad's Joe and we're like family. So
yeah. That's true. I stand corrected. I do have an Uncle Joe.
Anywho,
sorry, Uncle Joe.
Back to the card because you've completely moved somewhere else.
So, compassion from Uncle Joe. And Aunt Jolene, so what they're saying is that change is coming. Okay. So there's a lot of change. We've got this change energy. Archangel Michael is here to guide you through this exciting transformation. This is a time of joyous opportunities. So really, this is what's happening as we come, right? We talked about this earlier, that we're going into this transition time where we're ending a cycle. We're ending a bunch of cycles, actually, not just one. We're ending some cycles as we go forward into this new year. And the new year is, guess what? You're creator beings. You can create it. So launch your journey and decide how you want to create that. And yes, you are correct in how you want to create that. So this one says, launching your journey. I am an intrepid traveler sailing forth into the universe. So for me, this is always, it could be your physical journey. It could be like travel, but it could also be part of your spiritual journey. Like a journey can be, we do, we're shaman. We could do that kind of journey work. Or it could be a journey into the self. Discover some things about yourself, right? Go and do your human design on Jen's site. Passenger consciousness. Go take a look there. Do that. Read through it.
Tons of free stuff, guys.
There's
tons of free information.
So go and take a look at that and find out more about yourself. That can be the journey. That's a huge journey. That's our lifelong journey, right? Know thyself. That is a quest for all of us, a mission for all. And then it says, yes, you are correct. You've listened to your inner guidance and made a wise choice. So keep moving forward. So in doing that, though, that is why the journey inside is so important, because we are jumping into something. And if you're an emotional authority like me, you got to ride the wave. So we ride the wave, and then we get to the end of the wave and we go, yes, that's what I want to do. That's what I'm going to create in the new year. So we're not really talking new year, but this is what we're going through. It's this transition from one to the next. And they're also saying, really listen to the messages that are coming in from spirit, because we have many. They are like yelling at us these days. There's so much going on. And it says, I'm a clear channel for messages from spirit. So we all are able to do this, right? When we listen inside and looking deeper. So find those gems of wisdom deep inside, right? That's that inner work. So deep within is a majestic radiance. I'm sure she's got something very similar.
I laugh because my car, I'm looking at mine as you're going. Yep, keep going.
Yeah. And in doing that, right, when we go and we start to, so everybody's worried about money because it's Christmas, right? Don't worry. We got abundance coming here. We got prosperity. We're cultivating prosperity. And when we're doing what we love and what we really want to do, like when you're this happy, right? You're going to cultivate abundance. You're going to cultivate that prosperity. We all think the prosperity is going to make us that happy. It's kind of the other way around, right? So soar into joy over the holidays. Childlike wonder fills my life. So don't forget to do that over the holidays, right? Feel like jump into doing stuff that you did as a kid. It's going to really make you feel that young. I mean, don't do all the, I'm certainly not going to go out and, climb trees and whatnot. That's just not my thing anymore. But things that would make, like coloring.
Snow angels.
Okay, snow angels I could handle. I was thinking I'm not going to go run around the streets anymore like I used to when I was a kid. That was fun. But, we can do versions of such activity like snow angels. I missed my opportunity to jump in the leaves this year.
You jump in the
so
leaves
I might have to do.
Year.
I do it every year. It's kind of my child thing, but I missed the opportunity this year. So I might have to make a snow angel this year just to make up for it. Or maybe 2.
I like it.
So do those playful things because that's going to bring that joy in, and it brings that child, and it soothes that inner child, and really that's so important.
Yeah.
So
our inner child wants to play.
They do.
Yeah.
So what did you get?
So where do we start? I got the ceremony of life. Right? So much about this, but this time of really embracing life, embracing what it is to live, to be human right now in all of its the good, the bad, and the ugly, like all the things, but to really celebrate and have ceremony around that. And I think it's so interesting when we talk about it's the holidays and whatever, I think there's like 20 some actual holy days within this time period. So to say holidays is like, it is true. There's a lot of holy days that are happening right now. And so many of them are in this ceremony of life, right? Really being able to allow for that. And so being in this transit gate where we're talking about what it is to really love living this life. It's a beautiful time to be in ceremony, however that resonates for you. And I got nurturing touch. Allow yourself to be held in a caring hug. Right? And we know that hugs are healing. Even, when people who are not big huggers, there is this, when they're going through something, there are times where it's like, I just want to be held. And so when we're open to that, when our energy resonates with it, to allow that and to allow that to sit in that for a little bit, because it is so heart healing to be able to allow ourselves to be nurtured and to nurture another, because it is that reciprocal nurturing when we are hugging each other. And then I laughed because I got the deeper than before card. So very much you're going deeper. Yeah. And then I got the onwards and upwards card. And this says, let go of outgrown situations. The new will be unveiled. And how beautiful that is for this time of transition, for things to be able to open for us, and not just open as in like, okay, it's a brand new experience, but for that ability to go even deeper, to get into the next layer of and what that looks like. Then I got earth, balance, and groundedness. So the earth angel here, wanting us to bring in that balance and that grounding. And we can do that. I got the 22 card. It's befriending pleasure. Can I allow myself to really enjoy my experience? Because being able to bring in that joy actually helps often with grounding. If we have an activity or something that lights us up and we're really present with it, That's the energy that we're looking for to cultivate, right? If we can bring that presence in, it makes all the difference. And then I got the karmic angel, which is well-deserved luck, right? So that ability
Like
to
prosperity.
really open, exactly. And so we have the opportunity here to risk and to dare. And with this card, what always comes up for me is the open and curious. Can I be open and curious to see what's available, what could happen, getting out of my conditioned way of thinking about something and go, okay, what else is possible here? What else could happen? How could this turn out? What else is available to me in terms of resourcing? How am I going to be able to navigate through this? Somebody does something or says something, again, those triggers that we were talking about. Okay, how else can I handle this? What else is possible? Try something completely different, risk and dare, and just see what happens.
They're showing me a funny picture.
Do we want to know what that funny picture is?
So that Aunt Jolene, or Uncle Joe, like we were talking about, when they do those things that they do, and you want to run out of the room screaming, hug them instead. That's what they're showing me. So there's a challenge.
Yeah.
Well, it might be a challenge. It might not be a challenge, but.
Or you could chase them around to try to hug them.
Yeah.
That's also a possibility. That could be fun.
If they're not a hugger, then you can chase them. I'm coming for a hug.
Sorry. Digress.
I used to do that with my son. Tickle monster. Maybe not tickle the relatives. That's not so cool. But, giving them a hug might be a good way to do it.
No, not everybody wants to be tickled.
No, I don't particularly love it, actually. But yes.
So,
do we want it? We kind of gave them a lot of home play there.
We gave them a lot. I took out the deck.
Okay.
To see.
Well, let's pick one then. Just a random one from the deck and see what comes up for today.
Finish off the year. I got.
It's our pleasure, Melanie. Thank you.
Yeah, and thank you for being with us.
She says that was fast.
Really
it does go fast. I don't know. I don't know where the time goes.
Fast.
Yeah.
Listen with your heart, not just your ears.
Very much.
So I think that very much speaks to what we were talking about in terms of navigating and change and all of that. Yeah. So here we go, guys. Listen with your heart, not just your ears. Are you unable to receive the information coming to you from your relations? What are you choosing not to hear? Your loved ones have valuable information for you. Listen to them when they speak, for it honors them and your own sacred journey. Listening is a great skill that many humans have forgotten. Creator gave you 2 ears so that you can use both parts of your mind, sacred masculine logic and sacred feminine empathy, to hear what is being communicated to you. Are you letting only one part of your mind listen for you? This creates imbalance and prevents the circle of understanding from completing its path. When you are imbalanced, the 2 parts of your mind work simultaneously and your heart opens. True listening comes from an attentive and receptive heart. Let compassion balance your mind and listen carefully, grandchild.
Yeah, that pretty much sums up everything we talked about. Yeah, can't make this stuff up. It's what it is. Listen with your heart and lead with love.
Yes, and let love
lead you. Yes, my tagline for lately. So, what should we say about what's coming? So next week you will have a beautiful edition or episode with with us and a surprise guest,
Kelly
Hurley.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, not surprise. Surprise! It's Kelly Hurley.
Surprise.
So,
sorry, did you say surprise? Sorry.
Surprise! It's Kelly Hurley. Yes. So that will be.
This is what happens when Jen kind of just like goes somewhere else and like comes
again.
back and totally misses that Tanys just said it's a surprise.
She's channeling again. That's how I chose to see it. Not that she's ignoring me, that she's channeling again. It's all good. So yes, so we have an episode because Jen and I are taking some needed time off. So we will be back the following week. So we're off the 29th and we will be back, I believe.
The beginning of January.
Yes. So on the 5th.
Mm-hmm.
That will be our next show. Or live show, I should say. So in the meantime, we don't have a lot going on because we are going to be off.
We don't. We will be doing the card reading for January. So the collective card reading will be out for all of you. So that will still happen. And then I'm trying to think. I did just do a live, not live, no lives. It wasn't live. Sorry, I'm somewhere else at the moment. I don't know what's going on.
Need help? Do you need me to go grab you from somewhere?
Round it down. No, sorry. I did a recorded session with Jeff Mara for his show, and that just came out last night. So it came out on the solstice, which I was surprised. I thought it was going to be out at a different time, but it came out on the solstice evening, which is quite powerful. But anyway, he was asking me about the book. The Lyran Legacy, and so we talked about that, and so that's on my YouTube under my Galactic Gab playlist. I just added it to that because we've talked about that in Galactic Gab before, so that's there for you guys to check out if you're interested. And I think that's kind of it for now for what I've got. I'm not doing anything else.
No. We're done.
In the in-between.
For a week, we're done. A week and a bit. To note, we do have a couple of programs coming up soon. The Celtic Shamanic program for this year, you do still have the opportunity to jump into it. If you missed that, just reach out to me, please, through email or text or whatever on Facebook, whatever. Let me know if you want to join us. We do still have a couple of spaces left in that. And we are having another Peacekeepers starting mid-January. So this is our Warrior of Light program. So if that is something that calls to you, please let us know. And stay tuned because we're working on all sorts of other exciting stuff as well.
So many fun things.
Absolutely. So I'm excited, but I want to get through my vacation because I need to recharge so that we can finish working on some of those beautiful things that we're working on. So at this point, we want to wish you all so much love for the holidays and beyond. And we wish you love and laughter from now till eternity.
Beautiful.
Thoughts? Anything you want to add?
I'm going to give some hearts to that.
Beautiful. I'll do this one. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you know when we're back and catch all the stuff that we're doing. All right? Take care now. Lots of love. Bye now.